Around here, there is no shame in spending your weekend doing a little bit of binge watching. So if you're looking for some new shows to indulge in, stay tuned. If you are into a creepy show about a woman haunted after she gets a heart transplant, a docuseries that explores the art of street food, or a show about the fallout following an officer-involved shooting, we've got something for you. Here to walk us through what we should be streaming is Krutika Mallijarjuna. She's a senior editor at TV Guide. What's going on?
How's it going?
So, it's going really well. I'm still coming off my Avengers Endgame high.
Same.
I know you are. I know as well.
Whew.
But there's other stuff for people who haven't gone to see Avengers Endgame that they can indulge in. First up is a scary show called Chambers, which is about a teenager not named Sabrina who is haunted after she gets a heart transplant. So let me play a clip first.
Watch out for that family.
I want to know who's inside of me. I'm seeing things that she saw. What the hell?
This is getting here, Sasha.
Yeesh. I don't know about this one. It stars Uma Thurman and Tony Goldwyn. Looks a little creepy to me. I mean, I don't mind creepy, but this looks like scary. I do mind scary.
Well, so here's the thing. I think it's going to be a toss-up because when I watched it, I also hate horror. I'm like the antithesis of the horror person.
Yeah.
I like paying to be scared seems like a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
But this one, it is scary. But I will say I do think that real horror fans won't necessarily be into it because I don't think it's scary enough for them. I actually think this is a great show for people who loved things like 13 Reasons Why to check out this weekend.
Oh, okay.
It has like a much more teen drama angle than I was expecting, and from the way the trailers sort of play it. So there's like a really interesting like new generation of actors coming up in this. Like the main actress, Sivan Rose, is phenomenal in it. And so I do think it's going to be a little slow for regular horror fans, but for those of us who are like, maybe I just want to dip my toe, this is probably a good starting point for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely on point about paying to be scared. I mean, I can just do something that breaks my mother's heart and see her coming at me with a belt is pretty scary enough. That's all. Enough horror in my life. So let's move on and talk about something that I think both of us will really, really like. It's a docuseries called Street Food. Let's watch.
If someone has to taste a real food, authentic food, it has to be street food.
There's a culture of eating outside, drinking outside, hanging out outside.
Always like a party going on.
It's a chaotic paradise of food.
It's a portal to a world of culinary heritage. People have been doing that same dish for 40, 50, 60 years. They never went to culinary school.
This is the latest food and travel show to hit Netflix. It's made by the folks who brought you
Chef's Table,
which is one of the great docuseries about food. This looks amazing.
I loved this. This is probably my thing I'm going to sit down and immediately finish out the season of. I only got a limited amount of screeners for this, and the second I finished it, I was like, where's more? I need more.
I know.
I really, really love street food, and I actually think I love it more than I love Chef's Table because it has the same grand, lush sort of operatic tradition of Chef's Table, like elevating this story to cinematic heights. But the thing I love about street food is it doesn't shy away from the sort of poverty and despair and the like determination and will of these people to succeed in the face of that. And it doesn't trivialize it. It doesn't like, you know, sensationalize it. It's a very straightforward fact in these people's stories. And I don't know, like being on the show itself seems like a bit of a happy ending for them.
Yeah, you know, I love my big thrill in watching food docuseries take off is the fact that for many, many years, for over 75 years in this country, Western European food was seen as the epitome of culinary excellence, right? And I've talked to a lot of friends about this who are first-generation Americans because this is a big melting pot in this country. And the fact that a lot of food shows now are focusing on foods of other cultures. And that line in that where she says, you know, a lot of these people who are master chefs did not go to culinary school is one that I hope people will take to heart. There's a sense that, you know, if it's French or Italian, that's somehow high art, and that food that you get in street carts around the world is not. When I would compare some of those cuisines and some of the things that you can find in street food carts around the world to the same level as I would a fancy restaurant in Paris.
100%. I mean, like, I was born in India, and like literally the first thing I do when I get off the plane and I'm back home is I'm like, hold up, we got to pull up to the guy on the corner in front of my grandfather's house, and before we take all our luggage in, I want a whole order of pani puri and I want a tender coconut to drink out of. Nice. And then I'm set. Then I can say hi to my family. So awesome. We're right here on the same page.
I love it. All right, and last but not least is a show called The Red Line, which is set to air on CBS. It's about the fallout following a police-involved shooting in Chicago. Here's a clip.
Hey, handsome. Was there a thing I was supposed to pick up on the way home from work?
Milk. The thing that you put in your coffee every single day.
I love you. I'll be home soon.
1 sec.
Ah! Open up that register. You trouble?
No, I'm married. I have a daughter. Are you okay? Let me see. Let me see.
Stop! Leave me alone!
I'm a doctor, okay?
Wow, this is a very different vibe, obviously. So take me through this. This is Ava DuVernay.
This is Ava DuVernay and Greg Berlanti, which are, you know, two of the biggest producers in television right now, coming together to make a limited series. And I was surprised to hear that it was airing on CBS. But, you know, I think because it's a limited series, they're giving it a lot of room and space to sort of breathe and explore all these issues. But basically the show centers around this one shooting that happens and 3 families that are affected by it. Obviously, the family of the victim, his partner, who is played by Noah Wyle, and their teenage daughter are dealing with this and dealing with how to get justice. The rookie police officer is dealing with, is this an honest mistake, or do I have like this huge unexplained bias that I need to investigate? And then there's also a family who is has a politician in it. She's making a run for office, and she has a surprising connection to the teenage daughter of the victim. And it's a very, very complex show. There's a lot of questions being asked. Not all of them will be answered. And I think it makes it more complex and true to life in that sense.
Really interesting stuff. Krutika, always great to talk to you.
Always happy to be here.
Yeah, that we can talk spoilers about Endgame after we kill the cameras.
Yes, after we cut.
And go to commercial. Thank you, Krutika.